Boys.
Yeah, you said congrats.
Nice.
10 boys.
Nice. There's 10 boys.
You got too horny, and that's why.
I don't want him to come. Jake, how horny does this make you?
Very horny.
It's one big joke, believe me. Minnesota sports in all sorts. You see, they know it's never gonna get easy. You see, they know it's Minnesota, constant pain and misery.
And I'm a part of Al Qaeda.
It's 10K TV. It's one big joke, believe me. Minnesota sports in all sorts.
Dude, he could turn Daniel Jones into Brett Favre.
Minus the penis pics.
Yeah. You can legally smoke crack.
What is a DVOA?
I went dicks, vaginas, or ass.
I think that's what it is. Go.
Don't know much except to yell.
What is up, everybody? We are in the 10K studio. This is 10K TV Wild Takes. I'm Marissa Voss. I'm joined by Matt Sargent, aka Sarge, and producer Aaron Johnson.
The rain just stopped, which is nice.
Very good.
It was looking pretty gloomy.
Oh, no, I know. It's really nice. It makes me want to go outside and drink a Captain's Patch, but we'll get to that maybe a little bit later. What we are going to talk about, though, starting off, is that it's been a while, Sticks in the Middle. It's been a little bit of a time, and obviously Zuch is off doing whatever, so we got some substitutions in here. But
He's probably golfing.
well, probably, honestly. He's probably
I
getting in the
skipped my
rain.
tea time for this. That's how committed I am to this show.
And the
Usually I'm
people
behind
love
the
it.
scenes.
The people love it. Look at all the people in the chat. They're like, we get to see Matt's beautiful face.
Yeah, right?
We're going to go, our first topic is talking about tourney recap, which is the NCAA tournament, and kind of that shaving off.
Oh, shit.
Because we haven't talked about...
Wait, we got a different schedule here. You have the wrong one.
Oh,
We're doing
boys,
stick
this
taps
is
and
so
sticks.
bad.
We're doing
What do you
stick
mean
taps.
this is the wrong one?
Yes. Yes, it
Zuch
is.
leaves for one
No,
for
you
one day?
download the wrong one. Hey, you're not gonna see this anywhere else, folks. The unorganized chaos that happens here at 10K is amazing. Don't worry, Voss. I got you.
Where did he send this?
He sent it to our personal chat, not the Thursday.
That is on Zuch. That's not on me. That's on Zuch. Every single... Here's the...
We're off the rails, baby.
Fuck you, Zuch.
Oh God. No, we love you, Zuch.
No,
it was
you're
great
great,
golfing
you're
with you
great,
yesterday,
you're great.
by the way.
Oh, you did golf with him, though.
I did. Boss,
I
look
was
at our
literally
personal
looked
chat.
up... I didn't even know we had a personal chat. Do you know how many
Boss,
people text me?
All right, but let's get into stick taps and take a lap right now. My take a lap right now is Marissa Voss for having the wrong freaking schedule up for the show. Come on, Voss, are you kidding me?
Can I also do that? What the fuck? Are you kidding? I'm a mess, dude. I am a mess. This is why I'm single.
But in your defense, you just got off work. You came
Yeah.
right from the studio. You know, that shit happens.
Why are we talking about the tourney and then doing a Frozen 4? I was like, what the fuck? And then I was realizing the tourney was the state high school fucking tournament.
Oh, that's so funny. Which is great because now that means you haven't prepared for anything that's on this show. It's going to be top of the dome.
This is going to be awesome. This is going to be great. This is going to be fantastic. I haven't done jack.
Oh my God, that is so funny. Okay.
Okay.
But I feel like we think the best on our feet anyways. So I'm going to do my stick tap here.
You go for it.
My stick tap is for Wild head coach John Hines for pulling the best move of all time, getting Fleury in there last second, get another OT dub.
It's not John Hines, though. You should be.
She's so sick.
Literally. So, okay. So I did the whole thing. I did a story on this. And then if you guys don't know, so basically they tie it up 20 seconds in. Right? It's insane. It's nuts. It's crazy. I was at that game. I literally, you should go look at my videos. I was bawling my eyes out crying. I'm not even kidding you. I was a mess. We tie it up, right? Because all we needed to do was win in regulation or go to OT and we got a playoff spot. So then obviously we go to OT and Gus being the man that he is, God, he literally goes to John and he goes, I want Fleury in. I want Fleury in.
God, that's awesome.
And guess what? Mark, of course, was like, well, of course, like, this could be the last time that I ever get to get an OT win or get in the net or anything because obviously we're not going to start Fleury and I don't think Fleury's going to get any playing time with the playoffs. So he obviously took it. He got the win. could be the last OT win or win we ever see from Marc-Andre Fleury in between the pipes. And literally, like, they do the whole, like, in the locker room, like, they give the hard chain and they do the speech. And yeah, literally in the speech, Fleury looks to Gus and goes, "Hey, man, thanks, Gus, for that."
Yeah, dude, that is okay. I thought that was Coach Hines.
No, that was all Philip Gustafson. And I feel like any other
That's so
goalie
cool.
could have been like, "Hey, you know, this is what we're going to do. Like, I'm going to go. I'm going to win this. I'm going to do this." No. Philip knew. Gus Bus knew. He knew how big it was for Fleury. He knew it was one of the last times. He knew that he just was like, "We already have it. We already are in the playoff spot. Why would I go and do that when obviously the people are here for him?" And I will say, that place was packed. There were Fleury signs everywhere. In the warm-ups, everybody, I couldn't even get on the Wild side, and we got there, like, honestly around 6. We got there at 6, an hour before or whatever. We couldn't even get on the Wild side for warm-ups. We had to go to the Anaheim Ducks to get, like, on the glass. And everybody was there for Fleury, and it was fantastic. But that was Gus.
Okay,
That was
good
all
to know.
Gus.
By the way, I sent you the schedule. I texted it to you.
Thank God.
I love this shit, dude. So, yeah, we can just go on the fly. We'll get to the next topic. We are talking about a tourney. It
Yes.
is the national championship game.
Word. Okay, so I wasn't wrong for the most part.
No, you were close.
It was
You were
close.
close. But Western Michigan
You
won it.
know,
I wanted you obviously follow college hockey a lot more than I do. I'm strictly a Bulldogs fan,
Yeah.
but I was definitely rooting for them. I'm so happy that they won.
honestly, I feel like a lot of people were rooting just because it was their first, national championship and then first time in the Frozen Four, And this was so cool for Western Michigan, but dare I say, NCHC stays undefeated in the Frozen Four and winning national championships. NCHC, best conference in college hockey because that's just what they do. I mean, it's insane. I think they won. I don't even know the stat, but it's incredible. But if you're looking at the teams like Boston University, because there's always a Boston team or a Minnesota team in the Frozen Four, that's inevitable, right? And then you have Penn State, and you have Western, then you have DU, and it's really cool to see, especially for Western. I mean, you have Alex Bump, fellow Minnesotan, on that team.
4 other ones
And,
too.
right? Like, it was a very big Minnesota packed squad. But I'm really happy that Western won. I didn't want BU to win, mainly because I couldn't stand everybody and their mother. Huggies,
Dude.
the Terriers, blah.
And then ESPN just God, I stop. ESPN every year is just like Boston. Oh my God, get in my mouth. I can't stand it. It drives me fucking nuts. It's like, dude, watch someone else in the other time zone one time in your life.
I love John Bruchagras. I
do
do.
too.
I love
I
him.
do.
I love him. But come on, right? They get enough praise, and I think that's what makes it so beautiful about Western. And I was at a bar. I think it was in Northeast. It was the Yacht Club. Anybody ever been? Anybody ever know?
I think I need to go. 'Cause
It's
this
actually so sick. It's just kind of like a little dive bar spot. And I'm looking, all of a sudden they're showing it. I'm like, yeah. Oh, because me, I'm just like a tomboy at heart sometimes. I'm going around high-fiving the guys. And then we also go to another spot, 1029 in Northeast. And then the Wild game is on. Yes, great spot. Never been there before. Either of those spots, great spots.
That was
I
your
know.
first time? Did you sing karaoke?
I didn't.
Oh,
It was so
you're a
packed.
bitch.
It was
You're a
a
bitch.
lot of people there. It was
I know, that's why
really
you gotta do
packed.
it.
It was really packed. But then I was like watching the Wild game. This guy next to me who was at Yacht Club, who I was like high-fiving at Western Michigan, he goes, "I don't know you. I've met you twice." And he goes, "All I know is that you fucking love hockey." And I was like,
Hey,
I've done my thing. Let's leave.
follow me on TikTok.
Follow me on
Insta,
Twitter.
Follow me on socials.
I hate that was accurate. Fuck you.
So I wanted to bring this up. I brought this up on Monday, but I need to call out the refs for having the world's slowest whistles for that game. That game was frustrating as fuck. So I'm a ref. Now, granted, I've reffed for 1 year, but my God, blow the goddamn whistle. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, maybe they just wanted fights, which I'm actually all for, but dude, when you're just digging at the goalie, that could hurt the goalie and then change the whole game, as we saw against Minnesota when he got chicken out.
Did you see the memes too? There was like a collapsible meme where there was just like everybody was on there. And like, again, that's my thing is when you're like hacking at it,
Oh,
what do we get it in. Like, we're not going to call anything. We're not going to call like that's okay. No.
yeah. I don't know.
And that was, so I 100% agree with you. There were some things on that game where I was like,
Yeah.
Are the CCHA officials doing this? Like, what's going on here? Are we CCHA officiating this game? That's going to be a very niche joke, and if you get that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
They'll get it.
What were they? If you're here, I believe that's correct. It
Yeah,
has to be. I'm assuming
that's a very correct joke.
I love it. All right, let's move on.
Yes.
Let's talk about, for the first time since frickin' Vietnam,
November 11th.
November 11th.
I know,
The Wild
this is-
are actually all
My God,
it's
I
got to be in the
know.
hundreds.
Oh, there were so many. Think about that. The first time since November 11th, the Minnesota Wild had a healthy roster in the Anaheim Ducks game, the last game of the regular season. Like, it's insane to think about. And honestly, like, when we had the fully roster, that's when we were cooking. Like, we were really good. People were like, man, this team could be lethal. And then everything went, obviously, to hell in a handbag really quick. Obviously. And then now all of a sudden we're barely sneaking in and hoping and praying to God that something happens. We get in the playoffs. But it was, and here's the thing that I'm going to also sneak in on this is that a lot of people were upset about the Zeev Buium talk. And they were like, why wouldn't, because it was predicted that Zeev was going to make his NHL debut against the Anaheim Ducks last game of the regular season, right? And then obviously there was a lot of talks, and then John said, no, he's not. He's not in the lineup. He's not. He's a healthy scratch. And people were confused. Here's the biggest thing I'm going to say. You were confused.
As a non-fan, I'm a Blackhawks fan, and
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that makes no sense to me because he's ready.
No, he's ready. He's good. But when you look at it, he hasn't had a lot of time with the team, practice time, getting familiar. But also, again, you've got your first healthy roster for the first time since November 11th. Why would you then sneak in a kid who hasn't played with these guys before? Why would you do that? Take advantage. You got to put the veterans in who have played multiple games and do that. Now, I'm not saying Zeev isn't ready because I think he's very ready. I think during, the Frozen Four when he had 51 minutes during a game, I think
That's
that's
dude.
so ready, right? I think him and Brock have a lot in common, and I think those two obviously will play well with each other. And I think if Zeev needs to look up to anybody, it's obviously Brock. But I just think during that time when it's a must-win game, why would you gamble? Why would you put in a rookie?
So I actually have a theory of why he didn't play. He was traumatized by Fleury pranking him. And he was too rattled to play. So John was like, hey, I can see it in his eyes. He's rattled right now because Fleury got into his head, and he's not ready. What do you think about that? Do you think that has any weight to it?
Brother hasn't even been one day in the NHL has been pranked by Marc-Andre
What a
Fleury.
legend!
What a legend!
He's the man!
What a legend! I'd be honored. I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, I love this. So if you don't know what has happened in a press conference, they were doing a media scrum, and then obviously some people asked, have you been has Fleury messed with you? Well, during the press conference, Fleury threw Zeev sits in the spot. Mark goes, you can't sit in that spot. That's my spot. And obviously he's probably shitting his pants going
Rattled.
oh my God, Marc-Andre Fleury. So yeah, that might have something to do with it because I think I would be a mess if I wasn't even in the NHL for one day, and then all of a sudden one of the greatest goalies was pranked to me, the prank king.
Dude, I want to see a stat sheet of all of his pranks throughout his career.
Oh my God.
It would be electric because I know there's some that we haven't heard about that might have been too. What's the word I'm looking for? Son of a bitch! It just literally flew out one ear out the other.
Well, there's just been so many. I think that's
too.
the biggest thing. Obviously we think about the shaving cream or the tying the skates or
What do
a
you
lot
do,
of things
what do
with the
you do
Penguins.
Okay, I get Duhaime and
The Duhaime one with the
that- is that
car.
him? Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. That took a lot of
That's
thought and a lot
crazy.
of effort.
Oh my God! I mean, he left it there because I think the neck crazy.
Let's do a captain's patch ad here, boss.
Captain's patch right here. If you want the best drink of the summer, right? A raspberry lemon shandy. It tastes good. You're watching, little T-Wolves playoffs, Minnesota Wild playoffs, the Minnesota Twins at Target Field. If you're at the X, you can get a captain's patch. Now, at the XL Energy Center, we are in 115. We're also in 105 and then C14 club level. And then at the Target Field, I know we're at gate 34. We're also in the self-serve right by Grey Duck Bar. So if you want the best drink for a sporting event, sporting anything, or even just on the tune, right? On the pontoon, on the boat, mowing your lawn, watching 10K takes, try to take on the land of 10,000 calories, then this is the beer for you. Captain's Patch, Elm Creek Brewing. Enjoy yours today and earn your seed.
So, next topic here, Wild sneak in. You
Yeah.
were at the game.
I was,
I want to
correct.
hear all about it because I was watching what you're doing on socials. Go follow her, by the way. She's awesome. But did you cry? Were you crying?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
100% cried.
Were they real tears or did you just like bite your tongue?
No, 100%
No,
all
okay.
real tears. So here's the thing, like that also, like we started our day at Topgolf and then like I just had like, I was like, oh my God, I just had like a day, right? Like in between that I had a day. So I was like
What
really.
do you mean like a day? Like a
Like
day
it was
like
just like
I'm
kind of
getting
like a
drunk?
stress. No,
or-
it was like no, I didn't drink anything. It was like really just like kind of like a stressful day. And then I was going in, and I was just like, oh man, I was kind of upset about Zeev not starting, and there were just like a lot of emotions that were tying up to this game, right? Like the last end and everything, and like the last game of the regular season, and I didn't know if we were gonna make the playoffs. So we're watching the game, and obviously they score the first goal, and I'm like excited. I'm jumping. I'm videotaping, and then we don't do anything. And I'm pretty sure if you were sitting in our section, which is an upper level, you could hear me say, "Of fucking course," every single year. Why would I expect any different? This is exactly what we do. Like I literally like there was some like I was being the biggest hater, and I will say that I was like every time we can win it or just even take it to OT, and this is what we do. And there's literally videos of me going like this on my phone and like being like, and then all of a sudden I'm videoing it and I go, ah. And they score the goal while I'm videoing, and I'm crying. I'm like, I literally, this is what I do on video, and this is just raw. I go, I take it back. I take everything back. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I take everything back. I'm screaming. I'm crying. Like my friend is sitting there like this, and I'm like below him, and I'm like just like a mess, and all of us are freaking out, right? And then that's in the last 20 seconds. Like, you don't think that's going to happen. And it did. And it was electric, right? And then you get to the point where we're tied up. We're playoff bound. Oh, this is the best. This is the best. We're going to the playoffs. Awesome. All of a sudden, you see fucking Marc-Andre Fleury in the Jumbotron and going to the freaking crease and the goal. And all of us freaking out. Because we didn't expect this.
No.
We're not going to. Who would expect Marc-Andre Fleury to go in that? We were like, the entire stadium. Fleury chants, standing the entire OT. Nobody sat once. Fleury chants multiple times, and it was electric. And he made some amazing saves. And then when we won, which I got the goal on video, it was awesome again. Everybody was freaking out, and it was just so emotional. Like it was towards the end, so they do this thing where they like take, if you get a bag, because it's fan appreciation night, if you get a bag, you get invited to go down onto the ice, and they do a jersey off your back thing.
Sick.
So you literally, like, you would get a bag and say, let's say I got Marc-Andre Fleury, then I would be able to get to go down to the ice, meet Marc-Andre Fleury, and get the jersey off his back that he played with, and then they autograph it.
Did you get that? Okay.
I wish.
I will say so.
So yes, and sorry, to wrap it up, I was crying my eyes out. I was bawling.
So I watched that entire game, which is like one of my first ones in a long time. And I thought the Wild actually played better than people led on to be. They just literally couldn't score. They hit a couple pipes. It's like, dude, they were
Goalie
just.
was playing amazing.
I know. Well, they didn't want you guys to get in. And it's just such Wild fashion to me, like as an outsider. Like, of course, they just squeak in. But I think they got the matchup that they wanted. We'll get into it in a little bit here. But my God. If that wasn't Minnesota Wild, I don't know what is.
My dad texted me this, and it's so perfect. Of course, in Wild fashion, they wait till the last possible second to clinch a playoff spot. I was like, are you kidding me? You're gonna wait till the last second? Again, you easy win. We're up by 1, then they tie, and then we're down. Like you wait till the last 20 seconds. It's just so typical. It's just so fucking typical. And I'm gonna be honest though, it made for one of the best games. Like I've been to a lot of sporting events in my life, and that's top 5 up there.
And
It
Eck
is.
almost got denied too, right at the end.
I know. I literally was like watching it, and I was like,
Just get it in.
get it in the hole.
Yeah, I was definitely rooting for the Wild, mostly for 10K reasons. But I want to see them in the playoffs again.
Yeah, and
for sure. And glad that they did it. They just had to wait till the last second, but they made it. They just had to keep people on their toes, keep it interesting. You know, like
That's always how it is. Minnesota sports, baby. What do you mean?
Should we talk about the Western Conference, man? I'm
Let's
so
do it.
this is the best time of the year, man. I love love hockey playoffs. The
Yep.
Stanley Cup playoffs are the best playoffs. People that aren't even hockey fans say it because it's true. You see, I guarantee we're going to see a couple fights.
Of course we
Can't
are.
wait for
It's the
that.
Stanley Cup playoffs. Of course we are.
So we're going to talk about who got in. So I'm sure you guys have all been all over the NHL.com of like looking at who's playing. So we got the Jets, obviously. We got the Blues, the hated Blues, Dallas, Colorado, Vegas, obviously, the Minnesota Wild, the LA Kings, and Edmonton.
Yes.
I wanted to bring this up. So speaking of kind of squeaking in, they didn't really squeak in, but they are basically just rolling in. The Dallas Stars have lost 7 in a row. Did you know that?
What?
They've lost 7 in a row.
The Dallas Stars have lost 7 in a row?
They have lost 7 in a row, unless ESPN is incorrect, which is very possible, by the way.
Honestly, though, like, did you see, what was it, Jackie, who is it?
Redmond? Is that her name?
It was one of the people, it was one of the players for, like, anyways.
Johnson, was this Robinson? you think?
Robinson. I don't know if it was not, I'm not,
Did you say-
I just had Jackie Robinson today, so I'm not going to say that because that's not correct, but
Must
it is,
sound right,
but it's like, it's Robinson something. I think he's like an Asian, like, player.
We should fucking know this.
Jason?
Jason!
Thank you. I knew it was something. I knew it was. I
Jackie,
was
Jason,
I was
same
so
thing.
close. I was
We'll
so-
get there eventually.
Yes, but he also went out with an injury when he was playing, I think, the Preds, which was obviously really scary. You don't want, but 7 games in
Yeah.
a row for Dallas. They were like,
Dude,
Chewing.
yeah, they're 3-5-2 in their last 10. Not good, and they're playing. We'll get into matchups later, I guess. I'll save that, but I wanted to bring that up because that's not good. I fucking hate Dallas, so I hope they get
I mean,
swept,
I hate
dude.
Dallas. The fact that they made that graphic about Paige buckets, and I was like, fuck you. Like, seriously.
Paige buckets.
Paige Beckers? Have you seen the graphic where they
Why
like,
would Dallas tweet about that?
That's what I'm saying. Dallas made a graphic.
I'm sorry, Marissa. Does the WNBA have a Dallas
She was
team?
the first overall pick.
She was the
this
first
year
overall pick.
and went to
I
Dallas.
know WNBA.
We got the links.
Paige was the first overall pick for the
Okay.
WNBA draft, and then the Dallas Wings drafted her because
Mm.
they had the first one. But then they made the most heinous graphic I've ever seen, whereas like they photoshopped her into a Stars jersey,
And
and
it
they
looked
said
like me and
"Welcome to
Johnson did it?
Texas." No, I mean they just said like "Welcome to Texas" or something with that. And I was
They
like,
put a cowboy hat on her.
they put her in a Stars jersey, which is even fucking.
That's awful.
Do we see this?
I don't think that's, dude,
Look at this.
that's brutal. It's
That
got
is a crime against fucking nature.
Oh my god.
Anyways, don't like Dallas. But I think like we were talking Western.
Yeah.
I mean, this is. I just didn't think this was gonna like go out with the Jets, Stars, the Avalanche, Wild, especially the Blues. The Blues being as hot as they are, I think the Blues and then the Stars have kind of like 180 because the Blues have come super high. Now the Stars haven't.
Yep.
So and then obviously Knights, Kings, Oilers. Like this is just. I wasn't expecting this from the Western Conference for this year for the Stanley Cups.
No, especially like I didn't think St. Louis was going to do shit for the longest time. And then they're like, let's just win like 20 of our last 22 games.
Also,
do
let's
that.
just shout out for 1 second, though. We got to do this. Congratulations to Jimmy Snuggerud getting his first. NHL
Yeah.
goal.
Dude, he's gonna be an issue.
It's going to be dangerous. I'm very scared.
Let's talk about Eastern Conference. I have a a lot of you saw this, but this is the first time in NHL history that not one of these teams are in the play. Every single year, the Bruins are in it. So
Yeah.
fuck them. I'm glad they're out.
I'm also
I have a very hard time hating on.
got traded on the
Freaking
trade
love
deadline.
That guy.
Yeah, I do.
But-
That's my boy.
Have you met him?
No. Dude,
Are you gonna kiss him when you meet him?
No, he's got a girlfriend.
So. No, I'm just kidding. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that.
We don't do that. No, I would. I would very much respectfully be like, hey, I'm your biggest fan.
But isn't that crazy, guys?
No, it is insane. It is insane to think about because, well, the Rangers have just been
Dude.
from their social media to all their stuff this year, and like they've just been. Ugh.
Yeah, they get rid of Truba for whatever reason. They just like, hey, Captain,
Yeah.
Bye, Captain.
Yeah.
See you later. They signed their goalie. I can't say his name, but Shesterkin. That poor bastard was
Igor.
getting lit up like fucking Spencer Knight from the Hawks, just getting 65 shots. Excited.
I want the Maple Leafs to make it out of the first round so bad. I want the Maple Leafs
Yep.
to win. I want because here, let's be honest here. The Wild aren't gonna do much of anything. We'll talk about that later. But anyways, I'm really excited about the Maple Leafs though.
They deserve some sort of
I
win,
mean,
and if they don't beat fucking Ottawa, my God.
Oh yeah, seriously. I like the Maple Leafs, and obviously when Dewey was there before the Penguins, I liked him kind of more for that exact reason. But I don't know, man. You got Nylander, you got Mitch Marner, you got Austin Matthews in his 5-head. Like it's a golden Mitch Marner, you got Austin Matthews in his 5-head. Like it's a golden trio right there.
So this is with the 5-head? Okay. 5 fingers. I get it. I was like, what is that? So in the Eastern Conference, Toronto, Ottawa, Tampa, Florida, Caps. Montreal squeaked in last night. Carolina, and then the Devils. I haven't paid attention at all to the Devils. I thought they were like 500 at best.
I mean, they probably got a wild card spot, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
maybe?
they had. No, they actually didn't.
Because the Canadians and the Senators did. I don't know, dude. I thought that their hopes were gone when Jack Hughes the season was done. So Luke maybe probably took over. I haven't paid much for the Devils either. They did beat us though.
Yeah, but
We
it's
couldn't
Jasper
beat them.
Bratt. Jasper Bratt can fucking play some puck. Let me tell you, he's got a dusty number 63, but he plays like a 99 damn near. For God's sake,
Yeah,
he's good. Did you guys see the video of it was a Caps video where they were going over some video as a team, and the coach is like, "Yeah, look at this young guy," and then Ovi goes back, "Me," in the background. Oh, you haven't seen it? It's so good. God, Ovi is just the man.
I love him. He literally today too, or I think it was today or maybe yesterday or something. Somebody goes, "Are you going to retire?" He goes, "No." Like he's like, "No, I'm not retiring." Nope. I think he wants every single record.
He should.
As he should, because he's amazing. But and he's great. I mean, for God's sakes, it looked like he was playing in his prime this year.
Dude, and on the Pat McAfee show, he was doing an interview, and he drinks Coke on the bench. That's fucking
Yes!
badass. Maybe we should start drinking Coke during these, and we can just, elevate.
I think we should, and then we get Subway because he's a big Subway guy too.
See, if I had
Get
Subway, I would
like
get
every single like pregame or like before.
and Cheetos. But if I get Subway, I'm gonna diarrhea my pants.
Yeah,
'cause
you
gluten-
can't. I will.
Gluten's
You will.
no good for
No,
me.
nothing.
But I actually have baby wipes here in the back when I do take dumps here.
Dude Wipes sponsor this boy.
Seriously, please, please. Mommy goes to Costco and gets them for me because toilet paper is the fucking worst.
Refer to your mom as mommy.
Maybe I might have.
What the fucking
Shout out MJ, she rocks. She fucking rocks. I love my mom. Shout out to MJ.
You did it so nonchalantly, and I was looking
hoping
down,
to sneak it
and then
by
I
you a
heard it,
little
and I was like, "Did this guy just say mommy?"
I'm 33 too. Never grow up, ladies and gentlemen. It's no fun.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's
I know what we're looking for.
let's move past
Anyways.
this. Let's forget about it. You didn't need anything. Let's talk about our favorite series. I got a couple, but I want to hear yours. Like, have you checked out the matchups? I got them pulled up because I know you're literally
The worst.
on the fly. No, you're not the worst.
Prepared?
You just
Yes, correct.
like we're doing prep for like 3 weeks ago. That's
All right, favorite. Let's hear it. So
Okay.
favorite series.
Mine by far is the Battle of Florida. It's really not even close
Oh,
to me. Tampa
yeah.
versus Florida is going to be the best series by a fucking landslide. I can almost guarantee it. I got that one going 7 for sure.
I'm gonna go in the same stride, but different. The Battle of Canada.
Yeah.
Maple Leafs, Ottawa Senators. Brady Tkachuk looks like he's added like literally 17, 15 pounds of goddamn muscle. Like he literally is like
Dude, that's a man right there.
went from a child to a
you
man.
see the picture?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. It's literally like.
Whoa. Apparently, they got some good weights in Ottawa. Holy
And then his
fuck,
shirt's
dude.
like ripped, and it's like.
The good-looking jeans. You think something would sprinkle on there,
I would
but
think. I mean,
he's taller and bigger though, so like it's kind of like a
it
trade-off
makes
in a
sense,
way.
but no, Matthew did get the majority.
Yeah, because like I can't tell if he's bald or not. Like, I don't know what's going on
I
there.
don't know. I think nobody knows. That's the thing about Keith. Not Keith. That's the thing about not Keith. Keith is the best looking Kachuk for sure. But that's the thing about Matthew. You know, not Matthew. Fuck, I can't even remember. Obviously, William. You've got all the other boys I've talked about, but I just think like Ottawa's been hungry for it, but then the Maple Leafs have also. I think it's just going to be a huge battle. I also think that one's going to go to 7.
Do you know what I want the Wild to do so bad? You know, in Toronto, how they have that like area where everyone can watch outside.
Yes.
They need to do that in St. Paul.
I would love, personally, in my opinion, is that we kind of do something. They do something like that with all the money that they're going to get for the renovations, like for the Xcel Energy Center, because they're doing a lot to the outside. I would love if they I don't know where, I don't know how, I don't know why, but maybe take out the greenery, fuck the greenery, and put in a little watch party. I don't need to see the trees outside the Xcel Energy Center. You know what I need? I need a little watch party area. Maybe sell some drinks for
Fuck them
and
trees,
Fuck
dude.
them trees. Give me a watch area so I can watch the game. Like, that would be electric. It might be at
It would
10:30
be so cool.
at night.
Versus Edmonton, 4th year in a row.
Really?
Nice job, Gary. At least you're switching it up. There needs to be a different format because that's just so.
And then it's like the predictability is stupid.
I know. It's the same. 4 years in a row. I mean, I know they're trying to build rivalries, but like they're in the division. It's already there.
It's the same. It's like in Dallas and Colorado.
Again, yep.
I don't know. I do like Washington and the Canadians.
Yeah. I'm rooting for the Canadians,
Little
honestly.
Cole Caulfield with a little Ovi.
That guy was on my fantasy hockey team. We don't need to bring up how bad I did, but he scored a lot of goals for me. He stinks. I mean, I stink at fucking fantasy hockey. I think
Fantasy hockey is so much harder
much
than
work.
it's a lot harder and it's a lot more work than football. Let me tell you what.
Dude.
I tried to do it multiple times, fantasy, NHL, and I'm like, I love hockey, and I'm like, I can't.
Same.
It's like you have to be on top of it
Oh,
every
yeah.
single day, all the
And
time.
respect to anyone who's really putting in the work to do that. I just literally want to do anything else.
Yep.
That's why fantasy football is the king. But that we're going off the rails here.
We are. Well,
It is
let's
what
get
it
back
is.
on the rails, which is
Can the Wild make a cup run? All right, Voss. I know. I feel like I know exactly what you're going to say, but do you have? Is it a resounding no?
I don't know.
Why?
I mean, I think that unfortunately, like, I love the Wild, right? I do. I just think that they're just not the team that they were at the beginning of the year, and it doesn't matter if you have a full healthy lineup or if you put Zeev Buium in there. I think, you know, with Gus and with everything, Gus has been. He lets in goals. He does this. He does that. I just feel like we have to have this team where I'm like, yes. Because what was the last game before the Ducks where, like, listen, it was like 8-7 against the San Jose Sharks. Wild played better against the Ducks, but then their goalie was playing amazing, and I get that. But I think it's just the trend that it goes. And you're going up against a really good Vegas Knights team. I mean, I saw them, and it was in Edmonton at the beginning. Not Edmonton. It was in the Winnipeg at the middle of the year, beginning of the year.
You went to Winnipeg?
I did. It was in North Dakota, and then we went up and watched a game. If you go to like Grand Forks, it's about maybe a 3-hour drive to Winnipeg.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went to a game, and it was the Vegas Golden Knights versus the Winnipeg Jets, and the Winnipeg Jets are very good, right? They were in their own home barn, and Vegas won. And they beat the Jets, and they were a dangerous team. They're a good team. And I just don't know. I think we can take maybe a couple. I do. Maybe. Yes. I just don't think so.
So I did some research prior to this. Wild didn't beat them at all this year. The Wild have the 30th ranked PK.
Yeah.
And Vegas has a top 5 PP.
Yeah.
So the only way I see the Wild winning the series if they literally don't take a single penalty, because they're gonna give I was talking to my brother, a huge Wild fan. He was saying like it seemed like this year on the PK when the other team scored, it was within the first 5 seconds.
We just don't have a good PK, and
Which doesn't make
it
any
just doesn't
sense
make
to
any
me.
sense. I don't know why it doesn't with who you have like on your like defenders and everything, and like
Eck is a hell of a PKer. I don't know what's going on.
Jonas Brodin.
Spurgeon, like
You have Brock Faber. I mean, Middleton,
Midsy's good too,
Middsey.
dude.
I personally, I don't get it, but I just don't think they have what it takes because again, and I think that the Spit and Chicklets boys said obviously all of they were like Vegas in 5, Vegas in this. They all went Vegas, and unfortunately, I think they're right. Now, if we pull it off, come back, yell at me, and then I will be screaming and crying and throwing up if that does
But you
happen.
wanna
and
be
making
wrong.
it. I want to be wrong more than anything. I just don't think I am.
yeah, I for the record, I don't either.
I just don't. Again, if we're talking about, and I'll say one last thing, if we're talking about the Wild team at the beginning of the year, before injuries, before everything they went through, that team versus the Vegas Golden Knights team now,
Yeah.
I think they have a chance. But that's not the case. They're not the same team that we saw at the beginning of the year. They went up that absolute heater that looked amazing, and it's just it is what it is, and they're here now, and you barely squeak into the playoffs, and here we go, boys. It's the tale as old as time, and then of course we're gonna be remaking probably the same video that we had about the boss man and Vikings drinking whiskey in his bathroom for the Wild.
Part 2. That's a good segue for our series picks. So let's start on the Western Conference because we're most familiar. First series I got here is Winnipeg versus St. Louis. I want your prediction of how many games and who's going to win to start.
I don't. I think Winnipeg wins.
How many games?
I don't know. I don't think it goes to 7, but I think they rival them by 6.
6. Winnipeg and 6. All right, John. So I'm going to go to you. What do you have this series? Winnipeg versus St. Louis.
Yeah, so Sarge and I were talking about this on the ride over. I got the Blues in 7.
Ooh.
I love that.
And it's just because they're hot at the right time. So,
I do love that. You got them in 7?
Yep.
I actually do really like that. I was thinking about it, but I was like, I think you're right more than anything. I think that the Blues do it, but I'm still going to stick with Winnipeg because I said what I said.
I'm gonna take Winnipeg in 5. I think Hellebuck is the real fucking
he's
deal,
really
and
good.
he's gonna shut down St. Louis. But I'm gonna call this right now. Snuggerud's gonna score a couple goals. I think
I
it's
love
happening.
that.
I
I
think
love
he's
that.
gonna do it. Mm-hmm. I didn't watch the Gophers at all until the tournament, and I was like, dude, he is all
rips.
over the place. He is a good fucking hockey player.
Needs to be
man.
a little bit better at a defender. He doesn't defend very well. I'm not gonna lie. On the
not out there to
defense
defend.
side, but offense,
there.
trick.
All right, let's move on to Dallas, Colorado. Voss, how many games and who do you got?
Obviously, because Dallas has lost 7 goddamn in a row, I'm not gonna go with Dallas. I'm gonna go with Colorado.
Yep.
I'm gonna go 5.
Yep, I like that. John, so what about you?
I am going to go Colorado. I just think they're more healthy at this point in time. I mean, Heiskanen, or however you say it, he's done out for the playoffs, I believe.
Yep.
And Jason Robertson, or Jackie as we called him earlier, is going to miss some time. I don't know how much. I didn't see any updates on it, but
I just hate Dallas, so I'm having Avs sweep them. Because I for whatever reason, I don't mind the Avs. Like, I should hate them, but I don't know. Something about McKinnon. And now that Landeskog is back, I feel like they're going to be like, let's do it for him. Let's do it
Yep.
for Gabe. All right. The one we're all been waiting for. Vegas versus our Wild. I already know what you already basically insinuated that you're doing Vegas. But how many games? Do you think Wild can squeak at least a couple out?
I think it's really hard to win a lot, like to just never win a game against. It's kind of the notion of like, hey, we beat you this many times in
0.
right? Like we haven't. It's hard for another team to beat a team when they've beaten them so many times, right? Like it's the same thing in football, right? Like if you're going like the Packers, we beat the Packers 3 times, and then you
Yep.
get to the playoffs, and it's like, oh, can we do it again? It's kind of that thing.
Yep.
I think we get 1 win, hopefully.
Gentlemen sweep. As they call
I
it.
think we get 1 win, and I think Vegas is gonna take this series, but I'm thinking 1.
Okay, Johns, what do you got?
I'll go out here on a limb. So I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking Vegas was going to sweep them, gentlemen sweep. I'll give the Wild 2 wins.
Okay, word,
So
word.
we'll say we'll steal 1 in Vegas between game 1 and 2, and then we'll win 1 at home.
Win at home.
All right, I'm sick of this negative nonsense. I think the Wild are going to pull it off. For whatever reason, everyone's down in the
Let's
dumps.
do it.
I'm going the opposite. They're going to get it done in 7, and it's going to be an epic series. I don't believe that for a second, by the way. I'm just being
No.
different.
Well, we're just it's a lot of PTSD with Minnesota sports fans. I think it's just the fact that you believe and then you get let down and you believe and you get let down and you believe and you get let down every single time with every single sport that you've ever lived in your entire existence. And I'm only 28 years old. So, next game.
Yeah. All right, this series is going to be awesome. Kings versus the Oil Cans. This is
one's
going to be
so-
sick.
This one's so hard.
I've gone back and forth 100 times.
I don't know. I feel like this is like one, like you can just pick a name out of the hat.
Yeah,
In my personal
100%.
opinion. I'm going to go with the Oilers. I'm just going to go Oilers and I'm going to go get 5.
Okay, I like it. All right, Johns, what do you got?
I do like that pick. Mm-hmm. My issue is with goaltending in that series.
Yeah, that's true.
And Darcy Kemper's hot right now.
Is he?
And the Kings are really good at home, so I'll go Kings in 7 since they have home ice.
Ooh, I like it. I have a real hard time going against McJesus and Draisaitl. I'm going Oil Can in 6.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
also just can't pick them because
Yeah.
of Kevin Fiala, too. I'm like,
he scored his career high this year. Fun fact.
Did he really?
Yep.
still won that trade.
Yeah, for sure. You did get more ugly though, because Kevin Fiala is a fucking certified stud. I swear I don't
He's
swing
so
that way though,
beautiful.
but
He's so beautiful. His wife,
also hot.
very lucky.
That's just
Okay.
how it works.
Yeah, hot people. I love when hot people date hot people.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then somehow make ugly kids. No, I'm kidding. That's just like not possible.
All right, so Maple Leafs.
Maple Leafs versus Ottawa.
I'm going Maple Leafs. I want them. I want them. Call me Biz. Call me Biz Nasty of 10K takes, baby. Maple Leafs in 6.
Okay. All right, John, so you got.
Yep, Maple Leafs sweep. Ottawa's
Ooh.
first time in the playoffs in a long time. I don't think that they have that much playoff experience, so Maple Leafs should get it done.
I'm going Toronto in a sweep as well because I literally can't name another player on Ottawa besides Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah, you have Nick Jensen, Minnesota boy, Nick Jensen.
I actually played against him growing up. He was way better than I was.
Yeah, Nick Jensen's still on that
Believe
team.
that?
Well,
Yeah, I don't think Ottawa has a chance, but it's great to see them in the playoffs. I literally have no idea who's on that team.
isn't Nick Cousins on that team too?
No idea.
Their goalie is Linus Olmark.
Yes.
Okay, maybe
Allmark.
okay. There's
He used to be the tandem. Used to be Swayman and.
That's why they didn't make
Yes.
it. They got rid of the wrong goalie.
Honestly, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't like to do the sweep because I'm like, this is the playoffs, baby. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Speaking of anything can happen, what's going to happen in the Lightning Florida Panthers series?
Oh
The
my
Battle
God.
of the Bay, people are saying. I don't know if they're saying that. But
I don't
I'm
know
saying
either,
it.
but they should say it. That's electric. You know what? I don't know. I'm thinking, God,
This is a coin flip.
this one is another one, drawn out of the hat. Just because I don't like Brad on Florida, I'm going Lightning.
In how many games? This one's got 7 all over for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave you 7. Let's do it.
All right, Johns.
I'm also gonna go Lightning. I know they had Tampa's number last year, but I think the Lightning are back on top.
Yep.
I totally agree. I'm going to go Tampa in 7. I think this is going to be a grind, but Tampa is, besides in 2018 when they fucking lost to Columbus somehow.
It's Caps, dude. It's
Caps, isn't
Ovi.
it?
It's Ovi's year. It's Caps all over it. I just don't think the Canadians have what it takes to go up against them. They've got the momentum. I just think that,
Yeah.
Washington. I'm gonna go sweep.
Yep, I like that. Johns.
Same, exact same.
Yeah, I think the Canadians are going to surprise some people. They're going to play them super hard and squeak out a game, but I don't know. The Caps are no joke. What's crazy is this year, no one had them on their radar, and I don't really know why.
I know. They kind of were that team that was like, huh?
But if you do something, that poor bastard was not having a good time in Chicago. But all right, last series, the weirdest series, I think, the Hurricanes versus the Devils.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know either. I don't know much about these two, right?
No.
They kind of again both of these I feel like flew under the radar, and I don't know if that's I'm usually like locked into the league, but sometimes like I'm like some shit happens, I'm like, oh my god, okay, because sometimes I'm so locked into the Wild. Also, he's on the Canes. I'm gonna go Canes for Jake Gensel. Actually, did he get traded?
I have
No,
no
he might have
fucking
got traded.
idea.
He might have.
He's on
Is he on
Tampa.
Tampa now?
We know
Dude,
Puck.
he's been to so many places. Do
Which
you
is-
know though? Like in
which
the
is
last
insane.
year or a year, like 2 years, he's been to so many places. So okay, let's retract that. Luke Hughes, Devils. I
Yeah,
don't know.
okay.
6.
I love it. John.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna go Canes in this one because I heard Markstrom's banged up.
Ooh.
Might even be out. I don't know that.
So that means Tits McGee's in net.
Yeah, I literally couldn't tell you their backup goal.
Yeah, no, me either. Okay, so I also think Canes are going to.
Yeah,
Sebastian
I
Aho
don't
is a
know.
fucking gamer. He's going to show up. I feel like the Devils not having Mr. Hughes is going to be
Yeah,
the
one of
downfall.
the Hughes. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still sticking with him. I probably am wrong, but we're just gonna rock with it.
Okay, let's get into our final segment, Wild Takes. So we're going to kind of go over just some crazy thoughts we might have. Voss, I know you didn't prepare shit for this because you had the wrong schedule. Once again, I'm sorry to keep calling you out on that. I'm trying to
You should,
buy some
though.
time for you.
You should though. No, you should because that's kind of an excuse.
All right.
though.
So in our Discord chat today, people were bitching about the start times, and I just want to say 9 p.m.'s not that fucking late. You've been waiting all year for the playoffs. You're gonna be fine. That's what caffeine's made for. You're gonna sacrifice a little bit of sleep. It's not that bad. Wednesday might suck next week, but so what? So what? It's not that bad. Coming from a guy who doesn't have a job right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You can sleep until whatever.
I also have the most untraditional job where I work from home a lot of the time, or I go to.
Same with
places.
everyone who's listening, damn near.
But here's the thing, though. It's okay. Even 10 o'clock puck drop, which obviously is gonna be like 10:30. This is gonna get done at like what, like 1:32? Oh my god!
That was
Yeah,
lightning
that
right
was
there.
lightning.
Damn.
I am one of those people that is not truly a fan of late puck drops, even though we always know that they're gonna in my apartment at like midnight on a Thursday or a Tuesday or whatever.
Yeah. So I'll go into the schedule here. So Sunday, by the way, we're gonna be live streaming the games. Tune in to our live streams. We're gonna have a lot of fun here. So Sunday night, 4:20. You're gonna be smoking some Schweed. But puck drop is 9 p.m. Then Tuesday, just get your Adderall ready, because who wakes up at 5 something? Are you looking forward to having 3 hours of sleep max?
Not really. I like my sleep.
But you're gonna
schedule.
stay up.
I'm gonna try to fight through it, even if it means maybe a second intermission, little nap ski.
See, there you go. Just take a little. And then hopefully the series isn't over in 4, but Saturday, April 26th, a 3 p.m. start time. So they're making up for it on a Saturday for no reason, even though that should be a Saturday night game, in my opinion. But whatever. Then it's TBD to the rest. Hopefully the Wild can make it there. But yeah, 9 p.m.'s not that late. Voss, do you have any hot takes?
My wild take is that I think that Zeev Bouillon should be in game 1 of the playoffs, and I think we should take Merrill out.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that's a hot take at all.
Bogosian maybe, yeah.
He's
I
still
just,
a playoff
team.
player.
but he's a big guy, right? Zeev is
Yeah.
small. I'm thinking cause I don't know.
So to me, what do you want more in this series? Do you want some guy with speed and upside,
Yes.
or do you want defensive defenseman, stronger, bigger?
I
it's up-
personally want a more offensive defender because I feel like that's
Because he's going to bring that. That's no question.
That's what I personally want because, again, I think sometimes the Wild have a really hard time scoring goals. And I get that you
Yes.
need to defend, but I think if you can have somebody who is really good at scoring goals, is sneaky, is fast skater, is very skilled in the stick handling, and that's what you need against a really good and powerful and offensive-driven Vegas Golden Knights
Yep.
team, then I think that's what you do.
All right, I got one more hot take. You mentioned this earlier in the recording here, like that hard chain. Did you see that they're selling them for like $50?
That's also my wild
Come
take.
on!
So bad.
What do you stop that?
Getting that?
You're a loser.
I think it's chuggy. If you're like,
What is that word?
Chuggy. It's
What is
it's
that?
Cringy. It's cringy. It's
Okay.
gross.
I learned a new word today.
Chuggy. It's like cringy. Like I think it's just one of those things where it's like I think it's great if it's for kids, and and if you want it and if you like it, you know what, live your life, do your thing, do you. If you want to maybe get it like autographed because you think that'd be cool, I guess that's one thing to do to put it up, right? I also just think like. The Minnesota Wild, why haven't you been marketing that all year then? Why are we just bringing out the heart? Like the necklace has been here.
That's been all year.
All year we've been doing that.
Better late than ever,
Why
I
are
guess.
like, if you're going to be honest, like you could have made a shit ton of money on that, dude. Like you could have made so much money on that.
Oh, it looks
Whoa.
very.
Why does it look like
ominous.
Twilight outside?
Oh boy, is there a tornado coming?
We're in a severe thunderstorm watch. I don't think we're in a warning,
Okay.
but we are in a watch until
that's
10
scary.
p.m.
All right, I got one more.
Okay.
And I want this on the airwaves. If the Wild beat the Vegas Golden Knights, I'm gonna shave my entire face.
What? I've
do
never
it.
seen you without it. Wait,
I look like a child.
I've never seen you without it.
I know. It's going to be crazy. But I feel like it's very safe. But for 10K reasons, I really do truly want the Wild to go on a run. That'd be epic. And I feel like this could be the year that they do it strictly because it makes no sense. There's no reason why they should,
Yeah.
which makes all the sense to me. And that's probably why I'm a terrible gambler. Because I always do that, think of it like that. I'm like, oh, it doesn't make sense. So that's why it does make sense. No. But I don't know. Hopefully they do. And I'll do it live on camera, and you'll see me turn from 33.
He needs to.
We'll use the same
Finally.
razor. Should we just end the show? See you later, guys. Bye.
Anyways, okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I don't know if we'll probably be here next week, but make sure to watch for our live streams because we'll definitely be doing that live streaming the games. And hopefully we will see Sarge look like a 14-year-old.
What I'm scared of.
Maybe that will get you women. I don't know.
Oh, it will be the opposite. Many people have said the beard is the man's makeup, and it's very true for me. What I'm curious about is how many ingrown hairs I have in my chin-ish area. So there's got to be a bunch. It's been a while since I shaved. I think the last time I shaved was when I was an Amish man for Halloween. Like
You were an Amish man
dude,
for Halloween?
and it was the best Halloween costume I've
I
ever
can so
had.
fucking see that.
Dude, I'll show you a picture after this. It was epic. And I went to a Halloween party, and I was just assumed since I was at a Halloween party, people would understand that I'm not Amish, but that was not the case. Everyone's like, are you on Rumspringa? I'm like, no. We're at a Halloween party, you fucking idiot. What do you mean? No.
It's so funny you say that because I saw like 7 Amish women today at Starbucks.
Dude.
I was like,
Isn't that
what are
against-
you doing here?
But I feel like they can't do that.
I don't know if it was Amish, but they were like dressed like they had the like the.
They had a
things on
bonnet
their head.
on?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're Amish.
Could have been a cult.
Oh! Solid point.
Wow. There's
Solid
cults
point.
up here.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Dude, Johnson, wasn't there a cult in Lino? I swear there was by Max's house.
I mean, that's what the rumor was in high school.
Yeah, no, so it's true. So it's true.
It's true enough. One person said it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, in my spare time, I like making up rumors, so we can start that again. But
We should. You know what? Let's just spark all of the rumors in the world. Yeah. You know what's not a rumor? Captain's patch.
Drink
If I just want to say again, this is what we're going to end it with. If you are going to the Wild game for the playoffs, please go to section 115, C14, or 105 and tag us. Tag us,
keep doing
make
that, guys.
videos, Instagram, Twitter. If you want to make a video on TikTok, anything, try it. It's really, really, really good. And and we'll love it. We'll put you on the stories. We'll shout you out. We just want you to drink the Captain's Patch because it's seriously is it once you have 1, you're gonna have 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then make sure to Uber because you're gonna be drunk.
And check out our merch at 10ktakesmn.com.
10K takes merch.
Woohoo!